Hello, and welcome to Can You Handle the Truth? I am your host, Jocelyn N. McGuire, specializing in breakthrough counseling, women's ministry, mental health care. I'm also experienced with adult and children's trauma. I do have a bachelor's degree in psychology as well as a certified circle keeper. My passion is that people will overcome with the truth. Now, let's get to it. Can you handle the truth? Oh, what a wonderful day. Today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, May the 10th. Oh my God. The days are just flying by so quickly. Well, in the news, let me give you what's in the news right now. Well, they finally captured the prisoner and the off correction officer. They had ran off with him, but she killed herself when they was captured, and that's really sad that she had to do that. But however, we can say that we're safe once again. That this prisoner has been captured, and they get taken back to Alabama to be arraigned on so many charges. But however, today is a new day. Today is a brand new day, a day that we have never seen before. And tonight we're going to expound some more upon life is too short. Get rid of the beefy. But however, I have a new title, and the title is this. This is the title for tonight, and it is life is too short, but I must move on. Life is too short, but I must move on. Let me repeat that. Life is too short, but I must move on. All right. Now, with that being said, last week on Tuesday, no, Friday, as a matter of fact, we was talking about how to get rid of the beefing. And my one son brought up the thing about boundaries, how important it is to keep boundaries. And he was saying that the boundaries, no, when you have boundaries, it will keep what? Keep you safe, keep you sane, and keep you humble. So we must have what we call boundaries. Now, I added something more to that about boundaries. And I would say boundaries help you keep your peace. I would say that boundaries help you keep your peace. Hello, Jenny Stephen. Life is too short. Absolutely right. Janice Stevens says, let's see, I got that there. Yeah, life is too short. I'm moving on. Exactly, move on. But you know what? We have this thing that's called family, and we have this thing that's called blood family. That you're born into, that you don't have a choice, but you're born into a family. All right. Now, I have heard some disturbing stories concerning families, how mother and daughters will bicker and fight, and how siblings are estranged from each other. They have disconnected because of some sort of beefing in the family. Then you have those that's in your family that love to cause drama. They don't want to let it go. They don't want to move on. Instead, they want to make your life miserable, is what they want to do. They want to make your life miserable. So, what they'll do is they will continue to keep the beefing on. Now, is it up to you to continue to communicate with them? I would say absolutely not. If you're calling me and you always want to argue with me and you always want to call me out my name like it's my name, and you always want to just bicker all the time, well, guess what? I do not have to accept that abuse. I don't have to accept that. That is being abused, and you're being abused by one of your so-called loved ones. So you do not have to accept that at all. Sometimes Janice Stevens, sometimes family is the one you have to move on from. Oh my God, it's heartbreaking, but it's true. Move on and let them be miserable by themselves. Don't feed into their mess. Absolutely. Oh, how well said. You know what? And it's the truth though. Family is the one you have to move on from. And it's so sad because you grew up together. You grew up together. Your mom done carried you 9 months. Your dad is your dad, and your mom is your mom. But then something happens later on in life that causes a division. Kathy, what you have to say? Kathy here said, my daughter just said she's changing her name. Oh, she changed her name. What's she changed her name to? She changed her name from not your last name, or changing it to something else. She's getting married or what? But listen here, family. You hate to move away from family, but however, if you want to maintain your peace, you got to do what you got to do. You know what? Sometimes, and no, we had said on Friday, pray about it. But I believe this, that in the meantime, while you're praying about it, cut them off. Cut them off, because it doesn't make any sense that when you pick up your phone, that you every MFer, you every B, you every this, that, and the other, you're no good, you're no count. They literally just cussing you out just to be cussing you out because they know they can get away with it. But however, you don't have to stand for that abuse. All right. Even though that may be your sister, that may be your brother, that may be your mom or your dad. You do not have to be abused like that at all. Like I said, there are boundaries. And one thing about boundaries, we must respect each other in our boundaries. Kathy, well, I don't talk to those type of people. Listen, I leave them alone. I leave them alone because they are toxic. Listen, they're toxic. They're miserable, and they want to make your life miserable, and they want to make like you're all the blame for their disruption. Okay, Jenny Stevens, love them from we can still love them, absolutely, and love them from a distance, a safe distance. Okay, Sharon, so good to have you with us. I'm so glad you're back. Thank you, Sharon. Listen, we've been missing you as well. We're glad you're back with us. Glad you're back with us, and we're talking about life is too short. Stop the beefing, and that life is short. But guess what? I gotta move on. And like Janice Stevens said, love them, but love them what? From a distance. Love them from a distance is what you got to do. Hello, Tawana. Good to see you. Yes, love them from a distance. You do not have to accept their abuse. All right. And it's so common between moms and daughters, mothers and daughters, that they would be so like they talking to a stranger on the street. And I don't understand that. But however, if your daughter or if your mom totally disrespects you, then you know what? No, maybe you need a break. Maybe you need a break, because one thing about it, words are very, very powerful. Words are very, very powerful. Sharon says that's so true. Someone has to be the bigger person and break that vicious cycle. Yes, somebody does, but listen, if you got two hard heads, two strong personalities, then you know what? I don't know who's going to give in. But I would think that the eldest, the mom, would throw up a white flag and say, you know what? I'm going to stop beefing with you. I'm going to stop arguing with you. I'm going to stop calling you names. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to be the bigger person and stop that, because you know what? Life is too short. And the thing about it is, when that person is laying straight across that casket, guess what? They're dead for real. They dead for sure. Oh, yes. And guess what? All you wanted to say, you sorry, and I'm sorry. I wish we never would have argued. I wish I could take that back. But guess what? All that wishing is too late. It's too late. All that wishing, oh, I just wish I would have. I just wish I could have. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's a little bit too late. We talking to a deceased person. So if you're going to get it right now. Get it right now. If you're going to get it right now while they are still living. Because one thing about it, you're going to have what we call a lot of remorse. Amen. That's right, Janice Stevens. Amen. You're going to have what we call a lot of remorse. A lot of remorse. And you ain't going to be able to handle that. Kawana, I would let them go. Having grudges carry sickness in your body. Absolutely. Absolutely. Having grudges creates sickness in your body. Didn't you all know that? That when you are bound with this anger, and you have all this anger and animosity inside of your body, what do? It develops into something that will cause sickness, that may even cause your death. Think about it. You're elevating your blood pressure. Your heart is pumping fast, and you got all this anxiety going on. Guess what? Get rid of all that. 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 And stop holding the grudges, because it don't help. Guess what? The grudges don't help who? It don't help no one. The grudges do not help anyone at all. It doesn't help you at all. I want to read something here that I found on someone's page on Facebook, and they had posted, and it's by the single ladies. Yeah, single women is who it's by. It's a quote by the single women. But however, I found this quote to be very, very interesting, that it will apply not only to women, but it applied to everyone under the sound of my voice, whether you are male or female. It would apply to you as well. Listen to this. Sometimes it's better just to let things be. Let people go. Don't fight for closure. Y'all heard that? Don't fight for closure. Don't ask for explanations. Don't chase answers, and don't expect people to be who you need them to be. Don't expect people to be who you need them to be. Tell them, I'm not mad. I'm just moving on. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about that? I'm not mad. I'm just moving on. I'm just moving on. Okay, Jen and Steve. And sometimes you have a grudge and the other person doesn't know and doesn't care. Absolutely. The other person doesn't know and doesn't care. And here you have this grudge. I mean, this thing is eating you up. It's eating you up on the inside. It's always, somebody said, it's taking up space in your head. It's living rent free in your head. And the other person don't even know you have a grudge. And here you are carrying around this grudge. Like, what in the world is going on here? Why? Why you gotta have this grudge? And the other person don't even know you're having it. But like I said before, if you continue to cross the boundaries, you can listen, you continue to cross the boundaries, you're going to have problems. You're going to have problems. You're going to have problems. I know that as parents and with our adult children, which are adults and they live their own lives, they have their own family and everything. However, we still cannot cross the boundaries in their lives. We cannot do that in their life. We can give suggestions. We can give suggestions, but you cannot dictate how they live. And by you screaming and yelling at them and calling them names and cursing them out, that does nothing but infuriates them. Because now you have what? You cross the boundaries. You are now in what we call total disrespect phase. So when you get to that point of total disrespect and crossing the boundaries, then, hey, who wants to listen to you? Nobody want to listen to that. Who wants to be yelled at and called names? Huh? Who wants that? Tawanda says, she said, you treat them better than they treat you. You treat them, absolutely, treat them better than they treat you. Treat them better than they treat you. There is no need to be calling your adult children or your sister or your brother or your siblings, cousins, whoever, friend, whatever, out of their names. There's no need for that. There's no need. You lose people just like that. And then, like I said, when it's all over with, said and done, and they laying across and that cat's dead, wish I could have, would have, it's way too late. It's way too late in the game to be talking about, I wish I would have. I wish I could have. I am so sorry. It's too late for all that. It's too late. It is too late. Now, this is what I need for you all to do. I need for you all to like and share, all right? And make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe, all right? Let me take a little coffee break. Y'all think about that. Can you handle the truth? Wow. Some people may say, oh, well, you gotta still respect your mom, your sister, your sibling. Yeah, respect them. Yes. But however, I don't have to be abused by you. I don't have to be abused by you. If you're gonna call me, call in peace. Call in peace. If you wish to talk to me, let's talk in peace. All right? Let's do that. If we want to communicate, let's communicate in what? In peace. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's communicate in peace. Listen, we always talk about, oh, life is just too short. Life is just too short. It's just too short. It's just too short. But however, here we go. Still doing the same old thing. 24 hours later, still back to your old wretched self. Still back to your old nasty self. But before 24 hours before, oh, it's just too short. Life is too short. I'm just so glad to see you. 24 hours later, you flip the script. So we need to what? Move on. But I must move on. I love you. And we can love each other from a what? From a distance. We can love each other from a distance. I love you, but I know of your behavior. I know of your character. And I know that when I pick my phone up, if it's not an apology, I know what you're up to. And I know you want to call me and you want to degrade me. Yeah, that's being degraded. Whenever someone gets on your phone and starts cussing you out, telling you live in this, that, and the other, you that and this and the other, and they are degrading you. Well, you know what? Like Rodney King said, can we all just get along? What's wrong with that? Can't we all just get along? Why is it so hard for people to get along with each other? Why is that? You want to talk and argue about the same thing. You see that when you call me those names and how you talked about me, what happened? What happened? I didn't change none. My situation didn't change any. If anything, you made our relationship what? Very, very unstable. So now we have a very unstable relationship. And until someone apologizes and changes their behavior, then guess what? It's going to what? Continue on. So we must decide, how are we going to treat each other? How are we going to treat each other? Listen, you can suggest, but you know what? Don't dictate. You can't suggest, but don't dictate. And there's a way of communicating. There's a way of communicating to get your point across. It's a way of communication. Remember, we had that discussion before about communication, how vital it is to know how to communicate, how vital that is. Can you handle the truth? Can you handle the truth? Listen, we have here. Oh, Elder Jamar Jameson, he's our co-host. And he says communication is the key. Absolutely. Absolutely, communication is the key. It's how you communicate. Sometimes we can say things and it can be taken the wrong way. We don't mean no harm by it. And then you try to explain it to the person and they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear your explanation of what you're trying to express. And I believe they want to take it the wrong way. That's what I believe. I believe they want to take it the wrong way. They want to be headstrong. They want to be that way. And because you're trying to explain yourself that, hey, what I said, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean to say it like that. I didn't mean that. This is what I meant. But when you go to try to explain what you meant, they don't want to hear what you meant. They want to bicker. They want to dissociate themselves with you for a mere statement that you're trying to make a correction of. But they want to what? Bicker. They want to what? Hold the grudges. They do not want to let go. But let me tell you something. The person that's been trying to communicate, know what? Move on. Move on with your life. Love them from a distance. Love them from a distance. And in the meantime, hey, pray about it. Pray about it. But you do not have to be what? Abused, verbally abused by your loved one. You don't have to be, it don't have to be like that. Because the being abused verbally, it does something to you. You know, it's different than a slap. You know, a slap stings. And it may leave abused, but those words, them words have a way of staying and sticking. Those words have a way of not fading away. Okay. Those words have a way of really taking root in your mind, in your soul, down to your very being. Because words are very, very powerful. Ella Jamar said, being able to properly communicate without hostility will allow for the other person to listen and to hear what you're saying. And if they don't receive you, shake the dust from your feet and move forward. I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with it. Tawana says here, she said, you take the power. You take the power. You take the power. You take the power. But like Elder was saying, listen here, and I'm going to show that again. Being able to properly communicate without hostility. That is a key word. Hostility will allow for the other person to listen and to hear what they're saying. But the key thing is without hostility. Without hostility. That's the only way we're going to be able to get our point across and to be able to hear and listen what you're saying. And if they listen, like he said, and if they choose not to hear you or receive you, but guess what? Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Yes, Tawana, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, just keep it moving then. You know, when you do your best, okay? When you do your best, when you do your best and you can only be your best, then that's all you got. That's all you got. And if they don't want to receive what you have, then guess what? Move on. Move on. Stop torturing yourself. Stop trying to make someone understand you when you have tried to deliver to them the message of what you're trying to convey to them in a good manner, in a peaceful way. And if they do not want to receive that, then hey, keep it moving. Keep it moving. And like I said, that goes for all way around. You know, the word of God, the Bible speaks about mothers and daughters against each other, sons against fathers. You know, it speaks of these things. So this is nothing new. This is nothing new. Nothing new. We just hear more about it because we're in a era of technology as to where we hear various news from all across the United States and across other countries of what is occurring. And with these social platforms, then we are more knowledgeable of that. There are hostilities and fighting and dissociation among mother and daughter, father and son, among siblings. So we get to hear of these things. So it does happen, and it is happening right now. But however, we need to stop beefing and just move on. Just move on. If they don't want to accept you, just move on. Okay, El Jamar says, check your motive and your emotions. Absolutely. Check your motives and your emotions. Check them out. Okay, Genesee, perception is the key. Perception is the key. You may mean it one way, but that's not what their take on it is. Wow. You may mean it one way. Exactly. Exactly. Perception. You may mean it one way, but that's not what they took it to be. And I had to wonder about that. Why is that? Why is that? It sounds like people are on the defense. They're on the defense. That's what it seems like to me, that people are on the defense. They always on the defense, like, oh, you ain't gonna get that over on me. Oh, you're out to get me. You ain't gonna get that over on me. And it's not even like that. And it's not even like that. Perception is the key. Perception is the key. Absolutely. Thank you, Jenna Stevens, for that. Perception is absolutely the key. It is the key. But you know what? Like I said, people must be on the defense. You know, they always on the defense, always ready for a fight, always ready to fight and got something negative to say, always ready on the, is it the defense or the offense? I think they're on the defense. When they got that on football in the games, on the defense, so that you don't get to the goal. They keep you from it. So people keep you from getting to them, which you're not trying to get to them, but you're trying to explain something to them, which they have a misperception of. So they know why they got the misperception, because they always on the defense. They're always on the defense. And I think you're on the defense because you lack confidence in who you are. Can you handle the truth? Why are you on the defense all the time? Check yourself. Why are you on the defense all the time? You need to ask yourself that question. Why I'm on the defense all the time? Every time somebody says something to me, I want to fight and claw. I want to bite. I want to bite. I want to scratch. I want to hit. I want to put up a shield. Why is that? I have to wonder, why do people put up a defense and live in a defensive mode? You can't have no peace when you just thinking everybody's out to get you. Is that what you think? You think everyone is out to get you? Is that what it is? That's why I just want to know. Why are you holding such a grudge? Why are you so defensive? When somebody says something to you, or say something about your kids, or say something about your relationship, or anything, just say something about it. You just go off the deep end. Just go off the deep end. But you know what? Grown folks' business, guess what? It's the grown folks' business. That's the way I feel about it. Grown folks' business is the grown folks' business. Listen, grown people. Listen, parents. You don't want nobody ruling over you. The choices you make, listen here. Make sure you can live with them. And that's why I tell everyone, whatever choice you make sure you can live with that choice. Now think about the choices that you're making. Can I live with that? Can I live with that choice? Think about it. And then guess what? That's your life. That's your life. And you know what? I'm not going to even say, oh, I told you so. Know why? I ain't going to say I told you so because I ain't told you nothing. I ain't told you nothing. Listen, you grown, as they say, make your bed and lie in it. And if it's a hard one, be able to sleep in that hard sucker. All right? So, can you handle the truth? I'm just saying. Decisions you make sure you can live with them. Listen, and if you have a beef with someone, and it's out of control. I mean, it's out of control. It's out of control anyway. When you first start beefing, it's out of control. You know what? If you, the best thing for you to do is try to make amends. All right, try to make amends. However, if that does not work and they do not want to make amends, guess what? You did your part. You did your part. You did your part. And know what you need to do? You can move on. Why? Now you can move on in peace. I did my part. So guess what? When I lay down and close my eyes, I can close my eyes in peace. When I wake up in the morning, guess what? I can wake up in peace because I did the right thing. And if you don't accept what's right, then guess what? That's on you. That's on you. It's no longer on me. I try to make amends with you, but you don't want to make amends. And guess what? That's fine. That is fine with me if you don't want to make amends. Because guess what? I did what I needed to do. Long as you do your part, what do you have to be worried about? Long as you do your part. Remember that. Do your part. Now, what they do, you're not an account of them. You're an account of who? You. Can you handle the truth? Be accountable for your own self. Because you're the only person they can control. You're the only person that can control, and that is you. You can only control yourself. You can't control no one else. You can't make anyone else do what you want them to do. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't make them accept your apology. You can't make them. That's on them. And if they don't accept your apology, guess what? It's okay. It's okay. Don't you worry about why come they won't accept my apology. Won't they just tell me why they want to accept? Don't worry about that. That's not important on why they want to accept your apology. What difference does it make what they're going to say? What? Because you know what? All it's going to do is lead on to something else, to something else, and something else. And you'll never get that what? You'll never get no closure. You'll never get it. Because you're expecting an explanation. You want to know why they're not accepting it. Why? They're not. Why? Don't worry about why they're not accepting it. You worry about you. You give into accountability of yourself. Give into accountability of yourself. Can you handle the truth? Examine yourself. Examine yourself. Like we said earlier, and this is for some other people. Boundaries. Boundaries. There are boundaries. There are boundaries. Let me give you an example of a boundary where we all can understand. You, the adult, you're in your bedroom. Your door is closed. Now, do they knock on your door or do they just open your door? Well, you know what? Boundaries have been set that you will what? Knock on the door. Now, you have what? You have not crossed the boundaries. You have not crossed the boundaries and you respect me because you did not barge into my room. Now, my door is closed and you barge into my room without knocking, then you have what? Crossed the boundaries. You have crossed the boundaries. And now you have what? Disrespected me because you did not knock on my door. It's very simple about boundaries. It's very simple. Boundaries are very, very simple. As they say, do unto others as you would have them to what? Do unto you. Well, do you like being done dirty? Well, I guess you continue to do that and want people to treat you dirty. But however, if you are of a sound mind and of a peaceful mind, then guess what? You want the same thing in return. You want peace and harmony. Like we said before, boundaries. I'm adding my take about boundaries. Boundaries will what? Keep my peace. Boundaries will keep my peace. Oh, yeah. If you never talk to me again, I'm just fine with it. Because guess what? I got my peace. I ain't got to worry about picking up my phone. I ain't got to worry about you knocking on the door. I ain't got to worry about you even borrow no money. Because guess what? I got my peace. I got my peace. Because once you cross the boundaries with me, guess what? I'm finished. I'm finished until you apologize. And then we can continue on like nothing ever happened. But however, when you cross the boundaries, be expected to get what you're going to get. All right? So stop crossing the boundaries. You want peace? Stop crossing the boundaries. All right? You want harmony? Stop crossing the boundaries. All right? To remain safe, stop crossing the boundaries. To remain sane, stop crossing the boundaries. Stop crossing the boundaries. In other words, stay in your own lane. You listen. Ain't you got your own house to run? I mean, ain't you got your own business to take care of? I mean, don't you have what we call a life? Now, usually people who don't have a life are very nosy, and they do tend to cross boundaries. They tend to cross boundaries a lot because they are nosy, they're lonely, you know, they ain't got no life. So now your life is their life. I just thought about that. Maybe that's why some people cross the boundaries. Could that be a reason why people cross boundaries? Because they don't have no life? And now they want to what? Live your life? Wow. I wonder, is that the case? You cross boundaries because you have no life. That's interesting. You cross boundaries Because you have no life. I just had to say that again. I just had to say it again for the people in the back row, in case you didn't hear me. You cross boundary because you don't have no life. Well, you know what? You need to get busy. Find you something else to do besides meddling in other folks' business. Find you something else to do besides meddling in other people's business and their affairs. All right? I mean, are you paying the rent over there too? Hey, I just want to know. Can you handle the truth? Are you paying all their bills? Mm. For the people in the back row, are you paying all their bills? That's what I want to know. Is that why you continue to cross the boundaries? Is that why you continue to be in grown folks' business? You feel as though you have to be in their business. But then again, I just have to wonder now, the adult child or the adult sibling, whoever it is, I just have to wonder, are you codependent? I mean, is this your are they codependent on you that they so codependent on you that you can say whatever you wish to say to them because you help them out every now and then because you pay the cell phone bill? I just want to know. Can you handle the truth? Is that what it is? They codependent upon you. So you have the right to dictate their lives, and you have the right to cuss them out and call them names whenever you feel like it. You think you got that choice? Because they codependent on you. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is something else right there. Let's think about that. However, even if they're codependent, wow. But I guess that's kind of hard to let go of not crossing boundaries, huh? I mean, but it say it pay the cost to be the boss, something of that nature. It pays the cost to be the boss. So if I'm paying your bills or helping you pay your bills, then I have a say so about your life. Wow. Okay. Well, if that's the case and you're codependent, then guess what? You need to stop being codependent. You need to be stop being a codependent. Because you're gonna get what they dish out. And then guess what? They ain't gonna hold back. Because you're a codependent. They paying your bills, throwing you cash. Are you serious? It done got quiet in the room. It done got quiet up in here. It done got quiet up in here. And that's okay. Because I want you all to think about the things that I'm saying. I want to provoke you to think about the next step you're going to take in your life. Think about it. Think about it. Think about what you're going to do next in your life. Are you still going to continue to hold a grudge? Are you still going to continue to dictate? Are you still going to continue to call your daughters, sons, and siblings out their names? Are you going to continue to do that? Today is the day to turn things around. Today is the day to turn things around. And what I mean by turn things around, you keep it moving. Keep it moving. Stop being verbally abused. Stop being verbally abused. And you just keep it moving. And like Janice Stevens said, you just gotta love them, but love them from a distance. Doesn't mean I hate you because I'm not talking to you, but I know what you're about. And I know what's going to come out your foul mouth. But I do love you. But I'm going to love you from a distance. Know why? It's safe that way. It's safe for me, and it's safe for you. That I love you from a distance. I'm guarding my heart. I'm guarding my mind. I'm guarding my spirit. And there's nothing wrong with protecting yourself from the verbal attacks. There's nothing wrong with that. You are not a punching bag, all right? You are not a punching bag at all. You're not a punching bag. So remember that. I hope everyone had a nice Mother's Day. Every day to me is Mother's Day. I have the 3 greatest sons in the world. All right. I can only talk about my sons. All right. Now, you can talk about yours. That's great. But guess what? I can only talk about my sons and speak on them, how wonderful my sons are to me. And I love them dearly. So to me, Mother's Day is every day. Mother's Day is every day. We spent the weekend together, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, together in Gatlinburg at the cabins. We go at least once a year. And just to be with my sons, it just brings me great joy because we are then creating priceless memories. When we're together, we love being together. I love seeing my sons. I love to see them happy. I love to see them smiling. I love to see them. And they always got something to say. They call me Mama Sis, So we have an inside joke about me being Mama Sis. And I like I said, I love my sons. And to my godsons, God bless you all. Thank you all for the Mother Day tribute. I thank you so much, Jeremy. It was just beautiful. Then my other son ain't Raymond still in Tennessee? The other son that lives in Tennessee, Raymond White, listen, this is what he gave me for Mother's Day. And he had came all the way down here. His mother, his natural mother, our birthdays are on the same day. How coincidental is that? But anyway, this is what he gave me. And he is a renowned photographer, is what I would say. And I think I am one of his first, I believe I'm one of his first clients that he did a portrait on. What is it? Oh, one of his first models. I've been corrected. I'm one of his first models that he did a portfolio for. And he did this picture for me. And this was back in, what year was that? 2000 and maybe 2008, 2009. Somewhere along there. And he had this blowed up for me, and he had it put in this beautiful frame. And I think it's just gorgeous. It's just so nice. of him, and I just thought the world of that. And I just want to give him a shout out. Thank you, Raymond White. Thank you so much. That is Ray of Sunshine with his aspirations, that he always posts. So that is my godson. And thank you so much for thinking about me. Thank you so much for thinking about me. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tawana. Thank you, Tawana. Yes. Oh, this is way back in the day. And this is an outfit that I had made myself. I had created this outfit. And the pictures that he took of me, all my outfits I made myself. So I got several other pictures that one day I'll share with you guys that I created the fashions for. But once again, thank you, Raymond. I love you. Listen, like and share. Also, go over to YouTube and subscribe. All right? That's what I need you guys to do. Go to YouTube and subscribe. Go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel, Jocelyn N. McGuire. All right? Listen, at the bottom of the ticker here, we have my Cash App, which is $ JOCLYN That is a double N. Please, if you would like to contribute to Can You Handle the Truth, it would be greatly appreciated. This way, we can bring you more content in a better quality. This way we can enhance our broadcast. We can enhance our broadcast with your generous donations. So in advance, thank you all for your donations, and those that have donated already, and you know who you are. Thank you. Now, like and share, and also subscribe there on YouTube. Once again, thank you for joining me on Can You Handle the Truth? I love you. But most of all, God loves you best. Didn't you know that God loves you best? Hey, no greater love, right? He loves you best. And I love you guys. I thank you guys for tuning in with me. Well. Well, we all know what that means. And it means for us to say good night. And thank you all for joining once again. And let's come back on Tuesday. Like I always tell you, if you have a subject that you would like to talk about, listen, inbox me, email me. That's Jocelyn McGuire at yahoo.com. And we can discuss your topic. Know why? Because what you think and what you have to say is very important to me. On Thursday, I already have a topic, and it is, do your outside match your inside? Something to think about. Like and share and subscribe. Good night, and thank you all for joining me.